In this video, I will show you two calculators that are absolutely free and that you don't have to download, right? So you don't have to download, you don't have to install it. It's already right there in your computer. So the first calculator is the calculator by Microsoft, and the second one is Google Calculator. So these are the two calculators you don't have to download and that you can use for free. So let's go through each one of them one by one. Let's start with the calculator by Microsoft. To run calculator by Microsoft, just click on the Windows key, and that is the Windows key. Just click on that, okay, and type CAL. The calculator app should appear under the section called Best Match. So just click on the calculator app and you activate the Microsoft calculator. There are several things that I want to say about the Microsoft calculator. The first one is that it's absolutely free, or rather you've already paid for it when you bought your computer, right? It comes with the operating system. So you paid for the operating system, you've paid for calculator already, you might as well use it. There are two advantages that you need to know. The first one is that you don't need to be connected to the internet to use this. So you don't need Wi-Fi, you don't need connection to the internet. The second advantage is that it comes with a history feature. We will see this history feature later. So if you click on the three horizontal bars, that's the menu, you will see that the calculator has several features. You have a standard calculator here, you have a scientific calculator, there's a date calculation calculator, and there is a converter. So it's like 3 or 4 calculators in one app, 3 or 4 of different calculators in a single app. Now let's go through the different calculators. So this is the standard calculator. So it's a regular calculator, and you get to it by clicking on activate the menu and click on standard, and you get to the standard calculator. And if you look, if you look at the standard calculator, it looks exactly like your regular calculator. Even the layout is the same. Now, the second calculator is the scientific calculator, and it's again your normal scientific calculator, okay, with the functions you would expect to see in a Casio scientific calculator. So you have your exponential and logarithmic keys to perform exponential and logarithmic calculations, trigonometric calculations, inverse trigonometric calculations, hyperbolic calculations. The key thing that you got to note is that the Microsoft calculator does not have a statistics mode. So Casio calculator, most of the scientific calculators out there actually have a statistics mode. The Microsoft scientific calculator does not have one, but you have all the rest, all right, all the rest. So to get to it, just click on the menu, reveal the menu, click on scientific, and you get to your scientific calculator. Now, the third calculator that I want to highlight is the date calculation calculator. And here there are essentially just two functions, right? The first function, you provide two dates, and it gives you the number of days between the two dates. So just provide the first date here and the second date there, and it tells you how many days in between. Now, the second function is you just provide a date and how many days before or after that date, and it will calculate the date of, uh, 5 days before the date you have stated, or 6 days, or whatever number of days you have stated there. So these are the two functions that are available in the date calculation calculator. And just click again on menu, click on date calculation, and you can perform these two calculations. Very limited, just these two calculations. Now, last of all, there's a section on conversion. And here you can perform unit conversions on various quantities. So you have volume, length, weight and mass, temperature, energy, area, speed, time, power, data, pressure, and angle. You can convert any of these units, right? So explore the data conversion feature of Microsoft Calculator. So in summary, these are the three modes. You have the standard mode, the scientific mode, the date calculation mode, as well as the one we just saw, the unit converter mode. What I didn't show you is that if you pull the right edge to the right, so the right edge of the calculator, if you pull it to the right, you will reveal a history section, right? So for the standard mode, as you calculate, you can see the history of your calculations here. So what calculations have you performed? And this can be very useful because it can help you to see whether your calculations were correct or not. Did you actually key in the correct keys and so on? So this history section is quite helpful. So that's just click on history and your history, the history of your calculation appears here. Now the scientific calculator in the Microsoft calculator also has the same calculation history. All right, so the calculation history again appears on the right side. The last mode, the date calculation mode of the Microsoft calculator does not come with a history um, section. So you cannot see the history of your date calculation. Okay, but that's not a very big disadvantage. Okay, next I will show you Google Calculator. Again, Google Calculator is free, and you get to it by just going to google.com and type in calculator, press enter, and um, that's what you get. All right, so this is Google Calculator. If you want more information, then click on more information here. Just click on it, and you get more information about Google Calculator. Google Calculator can be used to perform trigonometric calculations like this. So you have sine 30 degrees, and that should give you 0.5, and it does. You can perform hyperbolic calculations also. So this is the hyperbolic cosine of 1.5, and that gives you 2.35. Okay, and you can perform unit conversions too. This converts 1 foot to centimeters. So just key this in, press enter, and you should get the conversion. So 1 foot equals to 30.48 centimeters. You can plot graphs, and this is a great advantage of Google Calculator. You can plot a graph. So if you key in 3x plus 1, you can plot out 3x plus 1. And if you put your cursor on different points of the curve, you get the points right there. Right, the readout is there. So if I put my cursor here, you'll see that can be seen, and that is the coordinate of that point. Okay, you can also plot out more complicated graphs. So this is a parabola, and this is x squared plus 3x minus 7. So this is how it looks like. Okay, so you can see visually very quickly that there are two roots, one root here and another root there. So there are two roots, and you can enlarge the graph so that you can locate the root more precisely. So let's say I want to locate this root. I can locate it a lot more precisely by enlarging it like that, and I can see that, hey, it's slightly over 1.5. All right, and if I put my cursor there, you will see that the coordinate of that point is 1.53 and minus 0.027. Okay, so it's an approximation of your root. Fairly good, in fact, a very good approximation of the root. Next, I'll show you how to plot two graphs simultaneously. And to plot two graphs, all you have to do is just to separate the two graphs with a comma. So let's say I want to plot y equals to x squared minus 1 and y equals to sine x. So if I want to plot this, I just have to put this like that and put a comma in between, and that is what I get. And you can see that there are two roots. If I want to know this root, if I want to get to know exactly what the coordinates of this root, I can just put my cursor there, and the coordinate of that point will appear here. All right, so the coordinate is 1.40 for x, and y is 0.96. Okay, so this if you want to locate the graphs more precisely, of course you can enlarge it. Okay, so for the lower root here, the coordinates are x equals to minus 0.63 and y equals to minus 0.59. So in this way, I am able to locate my coordinates of the roots a lot more precisely, right? Because I've enlarged it. So the advantage of the Google calculator is that it can graph. Okay, it can plot graphs. In fact, it can plot two graphs, and by plotting two graphs, it enables you to locate roots. Okay, pretty good estimation of the roots because you can hover around the point, the route, and you can get an approximation of the coordinates. Okay, and the disadvantage, of course, is that you need a connection to the internet. You need Wi-Fi, right? And so in this video, I've shown you the two calculators that you can use for free, and these calculators can be used without any downloading. You don't have to download, you don't have to install. All right, so thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.